Hi, here you can see what I'm going to be using. You've got your Twinings, cranberry, raspberry and elderflower tea bags. I've got PG Tips, ordinary tea, and I've got peppermint tea there. And here I'm using just a cheap spray bottle, and I've got liquid, the red tea and the peppermint tea. As you can see here, I'm just using a hair dryer to try and speed things up a little bit, but also as well, I wanted to splash it around a little bit without actually touching it with my hands or any objects. Um, the idea behind the reason why I did this was because when you do watercolour paintings, you put a wash on first. So you wouldn't usually dry it like this though. But I wanted to create um, as many fine detailed layers as possible, really. So you don't have to do this. Could just use a fan, really, couldn't you? Or later on, you actually see me using a straw to actually blow the tea around. So here I've got my cranberry, raspberry, and elderflower tea bags that have been soaked in hot water. They're cool now. Obviously, I'll be burning my hands. I must say, the smell was absolutely glorious making this painting. The smell of these tea bags, and when I'm using the mint ones as well, it's absolutely lovely. Shame they don't make all paint smell like that. So here you can see I'm just giving a good old squeeze on the paper to get some colour off. Thanks to my lovely neighbour Carol, who, when I said I was going to do this, she actually said, "Oh, I've got these tea bags." I went, "Oh, yes, please." And I'm glad because the colour is just amazing. I love to do one with blackcurrant, so you could get some blackcurrant coloured flavour there as well. As you can see, I've been allowing it to dry for a little while there. So this is all speeded up, it's not really this fast when I was doing it. Again, I'm manipulating the colours again. And already you can see, look, looks like you've got a face there. Looks like you've got a couple of eyes there. It's quite strange for me because the camera was actually above. I'm using peppermint tea there. The camera was above the picture, so when I was drawing, I couldn't see a lot of the things that you're going to see within this painting. That's a good old PG Tips, or whatever it was. Really wanted to try and get some colour there. It was such fun doing this, it really was. Sure someone out there not be happy that I've wasted tea bags like this. I don't drink tea myself, so I couldn't use them first. So again, I'm just using the hairdryer down a very low heat setting. Please, if you do that, just be careful you don't leave it in one place for too long because we don't want a fire. There I've just used kitchen roll, just applied a tiny little bit of pressure just to pick up the excess water. And now I'm just using this to dry it a bit because I'm impatient. And if you look at the bottom left-hand corner, it looks like you've got a head there with a hat on. I love, because we've used so many different colours, and the original pinks have gone to like a lilac in the actual picture. You can't actually see it as well here, but there's just so many different shades, and it's absolutely brilliant. So it's pretty great, and there's something fun, there's something childish, but it's fun having a hairdryer and blowing, red tea around a piece of paper. It really was good fun chasing them. I love watching the water shoot up. It's such a relaxing thing to do. This is. It really is. I really do urge you to have a go at it. So as artists, you haven't got to stick to certain rules, you know, make your own rules up as you're going along. Have some fun, you know. Well, you know, why should it be boring? Why has it just got to be acrylic paint or oils or watercolours? You know, why can't you get out lots of different colour tea bags like what I'm doing here, you know? No paintbrushes needed, so no washing the paintbrushes afterwards. If you was actually to sit there for quite a while, I think if you were scrying, you'd actually see quite a few shapes and faces. I know that I've watched this a few times now, so I've seen quite a few in there. You know, if people go out and they spend a fortune on oracle cards and things, you know, well, hey, get some tea bags, get a piece of paper. I will say I'm using proper watercolour paper here. It's good quality one as well. You couldn't do it on flimsy paper. It would just rip. But, you know, make up your own energy cards. You're the one who's putting the energy into them. See there, you see I put a dry tea bag on there because I was hoping that a bit of stronger colour would come out into the middle there, because I just felt like I really wanted to put something in the middle. Just leave that there, and you know, and I thought, you know what? Let's drag it around the piece of paper for a little while. You know, when I started doing this, I had no idea what I wanted to do because I didn't know how it was all going to come out on the paper anyway. But, you know, that's what you feel like doing, do it, you know. Just let yourself go a little bit. So you can see how I've left that to dry, and you can see, because it's gone like a lilac-y colour. And here, instead of a hairdryer, I'm actually using a straw. And I'm blowing it. If I hadn't been filming it, I would have gone around the other side and blown as well, but I couldn't do that this time. Kids would absolutely love doing this, really would, you know. And if you've had a cup of tea anyway, and you've got a tea bag there, you know, normally you're just throwing them away. Well, why not? You know, and if you usually put them on a compost heap or something, then you still can afterwards. You're just getting an extra bit of use out of them, really. Obviously, you have to make sure they've cooled down first. So here I'm just trying to, just looking at the picture, and I'm wanting to put a little bit of colour here, a little bit of colour there as I'm going along. I love the way that the outlines came out, you know. It looks like I've drawn it on, doesn't it? At one point, to me, it looked like I was drawing a map. So here we go again. Just trying to get some more colour on there. Not putting anything in any particular order. There's no thought that's gone into it. It really is just a spur of the moment. Yeah, I feel like doing that kind of thing. Oh, out comes the straw again. Pick them all up. You see that I've used a masking tape to hold the piece of paper flat, but it did still curl up, which was actually quite good, really, because it meant that this is why you're seeing so much movement, even when I'm not moving it, because the paper isn't flat. And, you know, looks like you've got a man standing there with a hat on, a red hat on. Just get rid of some of that excess water. I didn't press hard. I literally just tapped it very carefully here, just picking up some more. So yeah, so make sure you've got some kitchen roll with you. I've just used some cheap one there. I haven't spent a fortune on it. Because I did use quite a bit of that. Again, you see me there, I've just used the spray to make that tea bag wet to see if some more colour will come out. No, none's come out yet, so having another go. But look at the way all the other colours are running into each other. It's brilliant. great way of working. It's great fun. Really hope that you do have a go, and if you do, you know, I'd love to see what you've created. I've never done this before, so for a first attempt, I'm quite pleased with how it came out. And the great thing is that when it's finished, you can turn it all around and see it in all different ways. So that's the way that you saw it being done. And I've spun it round for you so you can see from a different angle. You know, look at all the different shapes that are in there. You know, there's a couple of people standing in there. You can see them quite clearly. There's so much going on. And as it turns around, the picture's changed completely. It looks like you've got an angel there in the bottom there. And here, to me, that's a rocking horse with a little boy on it. I can see in the middle there. I don't know if anyone else can see it. That's what it looks like to me. You know, what great fun, you know. So I really do hope you have a go.